for the serious gamer.
What is going on, NextGenTactics? It's GUNNS4HIRE. This is part of the new series. This is the high kill death ratio series, and this is on Quarry. Now, I know we've done previous series on, run and gunning and that sort of stuff, and predominantly search and destroy, but in this case here, I'm going to try and give a little more of a breakdown as to sort of the actual strategy or the thought mentality that we use in order to get it. And it's applicable to all sort of first-person shooter games, for that matter. Now, I'm just going to... Basically, not all maps, but particularly small to medium-sized maps, and it's almost always the same. I stick to the perimeter of the maps. And the reason why is when you stick to the perimeter of the map. Now, I know you're looking at high kill death ratio. No, it's not about me camping. Camping is part of the strategy, but it's like a hybrid. It's a combination of both camping and knowing easy routes. So you need to be able to move. You need to be able to know where it's safe to move, where it's safe to camp. So it's kind of like a combination of both. If you watched the camp NGT specials that we that I produce for the games, it's like combining that with easy routes. So you're going to camp somewhere. The idea is to get 1 or 2 kills in a particular area, then move on from there. You can only get 1 or 2 kills safely, and then you have to move, because any skill, even unskilled players for that matter, if you hear that, a new tube's a-coming, they're going to be friggin', and then you got individuals like that that are going to give away your position. So what I do is I find a spot like this, maximize my kills, and when I fire like that, obviously it's not safe anymore. I've compromised my position. I have to move, no matter what. No matter where you fire. In this area here, it's pretty safe. I mean, you're getting... I am making some... Oh, see... Not a very smart idea, especially with that other dude there, who's a random. I don't know who he is, but he's obviously got the same idea. I make a kill in an area, and then I move. This one, I'm actually camping a lot more than I normally would for high kill death ratio sort of strategy. Generally, I want to stay. If I shoot too much, like I have been. Oh, this guy, sneaky. Then I get the hell out of there. You don't even have to actually leave the whole area, but just change from area to location, even like a grid off, kind of like this. But you want to move. If you fire too much, the more you're showing up on the enemy radar, the more you've killed. The second you've killed someone, believe me, they're going to be pissed. They're going to hunt for you. So you can see what I'm doing here. I've made my kills in the area. And then what I've done is I've gone to another area that sort of has only one of 2 ways. And this is why I stick to perimeter. You stick to perimeter, there's not like, if you're right in the center, anyone can come from any direction. And it's impossible for you to actually watch all directions. It's impossible for you to prevent everyone from coming at you if they rushed from several directions. So that's why I stick to perimeters, and that's why it's essential for high kill death ratios that I stick on there. With the strategy that I'm showing you. I'm not saying that everyone uses it. But for the strategy I'm showing you, I always stick to perimeter, and I drop things like claymores. They add to it, especially if you're relying on your, your kill streaks. The kill streak rewards and everything like that. Those things are going to help you. Like that. There you go. That's just as I'm mentioning it. Good old Mr. Claymore back on the rear there helped out greatly. And this is why I also have Scavenger. A lot of people, to be quite honest, Scavenger and one-man army kind of make this game a little bit unfair, especially for, when you're using noob tubes or pro pipes, grenade launchers, whatever you want to call them, or even doing what I'm doing, which is, placing down a claymore, killing a dude, getting another one, and then replacing it again. Now, as I said before, I locate myself, or position myself rather, in areas that have 1 of 2 directions that people can come through or enter by. And the reason why I do that is because I have claymores. It's so much easier to protect yourself and maintain like this. It's a very, very easy way to actually get kills. Yes, it's camping, but like I said before, you camp, but you move. It's not a full, stay in one corner and keep snagging people. If you do that, you're gonna die. With cheap or not, it doesn't really matter. I mean, hell, what I'm doing is kind of cheap as well. But The whole point is, if you want high kill death ratio, this is what I'm showing you. Stick to the perimeter, number one, and stick to not just the perimeter, but areas where they can only come in, you know, one of two directions. Now, obviously, when you get chopper gunner, some boards are a lot easier to pull off than others. This is actually dangerous for me to do, mainly because I've already killed several people in this area. So the chances that someone is going to probably come through here and try and nail me. So I know you know what, I say nail me a lot in this. Whatever, you know what I mean. Someone's going to come by and shoot me with their weapon. That's what I'll say. Noob to me, whatever. So it is dangerous for me. However, when you have the old chopper gunner out, people tend to stay indoors. I don't know why, except for that guy and that guy. Go to the window, go to the window. I can't get you. I love it. I love it when, especially, it kind of amuses me when they try and shoot at it. There's one thing when I hear rockets, is obviously they're trying to get, like, what is that guy doing? He obviously got it. He got rid of it. He was actually pretty fast. And I got lucky. As far as I'm concerned, I got lucky. I mean, the combination of the chopper gunner probably prevented people from just readily walking around. And that's the other thing. If you're doing that, make sure you remember where you're positioned. Number one, you don't want to shoot yourself, because you can. And number two, you want to protect your body while you're in this sort of remote state. You know what I mean? While you're controlling the chopper gunner. So try and kill the individuals that are near you or approaching you or anything like that, because you definitely don't want to die. Uh-oh. Got lucky. You know what? Normally, and I know everyone probably feels the same way, but seriously, man, I feel like a predator magnet sometimes. If I'm out there, sometimes I'll just stop. I'm like, you know what? I'm not running. Hurry up. Blow me up. We'll move on. I don't have time for this. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know, everyone thinks the same way. They're like, ow, it's always getting me, but maybe it's not. But when I play, when we do live stream, like with our subscribers on the website, even they laugh. They laugh because for whatever reason, I seem to be always getting nailed. There, see, I said it again. Always getting blown up by the predator. They love it. Maybe it's the cologne I'm wearing. Maybe it's the color of my weapon. They're like, oh, that's a pretty red gun. I'll blow that up. So anyway, I am staying in here exceptionally long. For whatever reason, the enemy team has stopped sort of pushing in this area. And another important thing, I have to admit this, because it's a vital part of my strategy when I'm playing, and it doesn't always work for everyone, and it won't always work for everyone. I use a set of Triton AX Pros, which are true surround sound. I know some people are like, oh, you can get surround sound from stereo. That's another discussion, another topic, but I do what's known as sound whore. So I'm always listening, and that's why you'll see me mute everyone. It's not that I don't want to listen to everyone chit-chat when I'm playing, because sometimes it's quite amusing to listen to them argue and fight and whine about the same stuff that you always whine about. You know, they have the same complaints. Uh-oh, there's my claymore. And that's part of the sound whoring, or whatever it's called. You want to listen. You have to pay attention. When you place a claymore down, if that doesn't kill someone, you need to be aware that it was set off. And you need to remember where you actually place that claymore. Because if you do not, you're going to end up getting killed. Especially on these sort of things here, because it's one of two areas. Now, for whatever reason, I'm holding this area down quite effectively. This is oh, shoot. That guy is horrible. Oh, finally. You know what? I should have been killed a long, long time ago, because that was some major, major camping. Again, not usually advisable for what I was doing. Oh, did I get him? No. Stunned him, though. Good enough. It's not advisable to stay as long as I did in there, but I think with the chopper gunner, kind of reset it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they weren't coming in there very often. They might have gotten distracted. I mean, most people don't focus on the game as much as I do, or people like me, you know, like nerds that take this super seriously. So anyway, and look, I'm right back there. I'm like, you know what? Seems to be working. Why not? Hold it down. I got a claymore in the rear. They can only come from one of two directions, and I can spray them like that. Oh, come on, one more. Anyway, that's the end of it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't like camping, sorry. I really am. But anyway, I'm GUNNS4HIRE from NextGenTactics. Peace.